Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here. Let's talk about Warhammer 3's best feature, and the most surprising changes that turned Warhammer 3 into, hands down, my favorite Warhammer title thus far. Now, heads up, this is a sponsored video. I want to thank PC Game Pass for supporting the channel. You can get Warhammer 3 crazy cheap with PC Game Pass for as little as $1, as well as a bunch of other titles that change frequently. The catalog is ever growing over on the Xbox app on PC. It's really easy to use, so I highly recommend it. $1 to get the game, and then $10 a month after that, after the first month. It's a pretty good deal. So, simultaneous turns. Last night, we spent most of the night playing 4-player co-op. 4-player co-op in a Warhammer title. The turns weren't taking like an hour and a half. I was holding the Great Wall as Cathay against the Chaos Hordes, and it was awesome. The only time turns took a long while is when we didn't realize the turn had already ended, and one of us was sitting around not realizing, oh, right, yeah, this is Warhammer 3, we could actually go now. But that's not what really surprised me. We've been talking about wanting simultaneous turns for ages now. What surprised me was how the main sieges work out in multiplayer, and how the changes to Warhammer 3 to fix some of the long-standing issues have actually created probably one of my favorite now cooperative titles. So I'm gonna put some footage in here of last night's co-op 4-player gameplay.
I am on my way up to help with orcs and whatnot. My army's just at the bottom of your area now.
I just noticed their arrival. Nice. That'll be super, super useful. Yeah, we got orcs, Terracotta Graveyard.
And the wall to deal with, and Terracotta Graveyard that you could really do with taking. So yeah, I figure I'll leave that army up here to help for a bit.
So let me set the scene for you so you understand what's happening in this battle and why I like this multiplayer functionality so much. So we have 4 players, and I'm playing as Grand Cathay. This is my main army. I am starting the fight, so I'm kind of like the Grand Commander of this battle. It's up to me to choose who gets each and every unit and what kind of mix they're going to have, and it's going to change how every player, fights, right? So if I give one guy cavalry, for instance, and I do this with Mr. Wasted Space, then he's going to be able to micro those cavalry, trying to hit the back line, trying to distract the enemy, and he does a beautiful job during this battle of doing just that. He's just capping random spots on the map. I love it. I look over there, I was like, why is that turning green? Oh, there's horses over there now. Neat.
Look how much stuff he's keeping away from us by doing that, though.
Yeah. And he's leading around. They have decent cav. They have better cav than we do.
Their cav is much nastier than ours are, but mine are faster than theirs.
If you lead them this way, I've got halberds just waiting if you want to swing through. And shotguns and all that.
I see the blimp.
The blimp's going in for the bomb. There it is. Boom. Like, what is that, a quarter of that whole unit's health? Nice. Makor is taking over for our artillery. He's got some of the archers, and he's got a little bit of a front line so he can defend them. So he can make sure they're in a good spot to support the rest of the troops. Vizern is running my shotgun infantry and a few of my pikemen, so he can make sure he deals with any of the cavalry that the enemy has. They actually have nicer cavalry than we do. The enemy is about to get reinforcements as well, so he's going to have to start reacting to these kind of backline pushes. The shotguns themselves, I even tell him, hey, try to hug up against walls and buildings and whatnot. So as we're organizing the army and I'm choosing who gets what, now this is one of those prep bits that's really important, but takes a little while. I get to choose who gets what, and talking about our strategy, how are we going to handle this? We even start discussing the map itself. So, let's see this map.
Good archer entrance.
Yeah, it's pretty much equal on all sides. You want to go super wide-waisted on the other side, see if you can draw some of them?
Yeah, I'm just looking around trying to pick which corner, because there's a few interesting places here where I can get, because I'm vanguarding as well.
Oh, yeah.
And get, like, slightly odd
Shit,
locations.
yeah, that's actually really cool.
Get way up there.
Well, what I'm thinking as well is if they end up with loads of stuff over near me, I just dash across the bridge next to me and bugger off to a different side.
I'm thinking, because we've got artillery, me, you, and Abby, we go straight to this front one in front of us here, kill the towers to conquer this, and start pushing for the middle while he's just harassing the hell out of them. So they're forced to fight us, so you can get some nice, good blob, artillery shots.
God,
Leave John to get on the rear guard action.
I really appreciate the way this map is designed. Like, all of these maps now feel like this choke ways you can actually put guys and hold. I like that, yeah.
And when you can set up on all the shotguns on all these corners while they come around the bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Wasted? You good?
Yep.
Multiple entranceways. We could all go through one side, but we're gonna bottleneck, and it'll take a while for our forces to get there. We can hit two sides. We can have the cavalry start on the far side of the map because we have full, like, a circle that we can deploy in. And this changes how these fights work. It's funny how quickly this changed the dynamic of multiplayer battles, just changing the maps. Having these funnel points means we need to choose. Is it better to be on one side and support each other, or hit the other sides? And then what are those unit mixes? And then who's going to command what? And what is our focus going to be? And it makes the part that I love about co-op so much, actually working with the other players. Having these conversations is the funnest part of multiplayer.
Which direction do we want to go from? Because this is a really
You
weird
must have read
map.
my mind, Chuck. I was just looking at that corner thinking,
Yeah, I mean, I can move because this is the...
No, not at all.
Because I can get anywhere. I'm going to be all over the
anything.
map. I just kind of want to split them. So if they see units over here, I'm hoping they'll deploy some, then I'll just, like, run away. Hire them out. Actually, I can get closer. I'm Vanguard. Cha-cha-cha.
Thinking up here for me.
Yeah, let me check this map. If you got a plan, man, yeah, hit us up with it. I'm here to
I don't
help
have
the
a
plan.
plan.
It's-
Give us your vision.
Kill as many rats as you can. Burn them all. Sorry, freeze them all.
I've played on this map before, and it's very long. But there's no quick way to the cap point on this.
Fastest way looks like...
The fastest way is on, there is a side where you
where
can
I'm
get
at.
relatively close.
Looks like this is the one you're talking about right here. And then, like, running in like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting encircled over here at the back.
Coming. Oh, you had a spawn. Looks like you're going to break him, though. If you can do a little bit more
Yeah.
damage to him.
The stuff coming across the bridge I'm worried about.
I think I might have an angle for a charge. Let's see. Is it enough? Yeah, there we go. I might even be able to swing through. Oh, hell yeah, I'm through.
Nice.
Hey, slingers.
How you doing, slingers?
How's it going? Oh, there's night runners behind him, though. Hard turd. We're leaving. It's coming up with a strategy where we're all going to work together. So we're looking over the map. All right, we figured out, wow, okay, we've got 4 entrances on each side, east and west. How are we going to deal with it? Well, my pitch is let's push for one side, have the cavalry flank around, and just cause a little havoc. The tactical map, I'm zooming out, which we never did before. I mean, it was there, but I never really used it because there wasn't really much point. All sieges were just wall battles. Now, we've got an actual city to fight over, which is really cool. Talking about like how should we prioritize targets for the artillery, and then it was time for the battle. It's not just the fact that every one of these cities has like a tiered layer of defense and terrain that will eventually bottleneck you into one place or another. It's also the capture points that have changed things. In the old versions of Warhammer, you had a single capture point, and once you took it, you would win the battle after a timer ran down. A lot of the times, you just have an enemy that would retreat off your own walls, fall back, actually rally inside your walls as the defender, and then go capture the point, and you could actually lose that way. It's happened more than once to us in co-op. Now we've got points where there's the instant win isn't really a thing anymore, but you can capture points and start getting bonuses for the rest of the army. In the Skaven fight you're seeing now, we're massively outnumbered. Because it's Skaven, obviously we are, there's so many rats. But I'm running around with the cavalry, hitting back lines, capturing points, giving us a momentum benefit, bonus, which you actually see at the top of the map there. The more of these points we take, the more melee damage we can do. It's fun. It's really fun to play Cav now instead of trying to worried about having to micro them, because Cav has always been micro heavy. I can't wait to play Bretonia in Mortal Empires. Being able to have my Bretonians run around with their heavy cav and bashing through lines and taking over areas and just harassing like crazy while my allies start pushing on the different fronts and picking which directions they want to actually assault from. It's not perfect, mind you. We had desync issues last night. I think we got DC'd 2 or 3 times. I had 1 hard crash. There's a few pathfinding issues, but the changes that have been made have been an absolute blast. I'm gonna leave you with a little bit more of the battle here. Desperate trying to win this fight against the Skaven. I think it's one of the more interesting battles that we had. A few of the other ones, sadly, my footage got corrupted, but there was some really good fights last night. These are just beastmen, don't you know?
There's no longer hatred from the bridge anymore. That's one thing.
Yeah. I have to hold. I've got a thin line holding the front and some archers behind it.
Oh, they rallied. That's adorable. Charge up!
Come on, break the building.
Oh,
For the charge. Yes, we broke the building for the charge to go through.
I'm not running into that.
They're barely any left alive.
They're night runners. It's groups of archer or slingers and spearmen. It's all bad.
You must believe.
Like the dead bodies all over the ground of those men you let in there.
You must believe in them.
If you're interested in seeing more Warhammer content, I know it's going to be eating up a lot of my game time over on Twitch, most likely playing a lot of co-op. Head on over to Twitch/CaptainShack if you'd like to join us for some of that. Thanks again to Game Pass for sponsoring the video. Appreciate the support here on the channel. You can't beat trying out Warhammer 3 for $1. I mean, that's a pretty damn good deal. And we get 8-player co-op, which is pretty amazing. And with the inclusion of 8-player co-op and all of the new factions that we get to play as, it's pretty awesome. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all in the next one.